Welcome to another episode of What Brings You In Today. I'm Taylor Fisher.
And I'm Kara Hope Hansen.
And we just want to thank everyone who has listened to the podcast. Thank you for liking, subscribing, and leaving us reviews, and please continue to do that.
And if there's any topics that you're interested in or any special guests you'd like us to have on, you can let us know at sgmc.org/podcast.
And today we're here with Ansley Panizzi, Executive Director of Langdale Place. So what brings you in today, Ansley?
Well, we just wanted to come and share what all we have to offer. We are an affiliate of SGMC Health, so wanted to just share the morning.
Okay, we're going to talk about Langdale Place, senior living, and all of that good stuff. So could you start by telling us a little bit about yourself and about your role at Langdale Place?
Yes, I am originally from Blakely, Georgia. I moved to Valdosta in 1993 to attend VSU. I was a business major, so shortly after college, I had a referral from their college placement services for a job opening at Langdale Place and accepted the job. I think I started as managing the front desk, and so shortly after that, went back to school to get my master's in public administration, and here we are 28 years later. I think the majority of the time I was the assistant director with Jan Bryce. She retired about 3 years ago. So
yeah. And for anybody who might not be familiar, what is Langdale Place? Can you just tell us a little bit about that?
Yes, we are Valdosta's premier senior living facility. We have 103 units throughout our campus, 61 independent living apartments, 28 personal care suites, and we have a 14-bed memory care unit, all private rooms.
Okay. I know from, social media and everything and what we do partnering with Langdale Place that it looks like they're always having a lot of fun.
We do. We do. Our residents come to us, they still have a lot of life to live, so we do have a lot of fun.
And field trips and all the different theme days. All the pictures. Sometimes we talk and we're like, I want to go live at Langdale Place. That looks like a fun place to live.
You get meals, cleaning, all that. You don't have to do any of that. Yeah.
So what would you say, compared to other senior living facilities, what makes Langdale Place unique?
I love this question because you can ask our families, our staff, even our employees. We generally get the same handful of answers, like we're located in the heart of Valdosta, our activities program that we mentioned, our food. But what we hear time and time again, and this is also my answer, is it's really our people. I've always had the feeling that for our residents and our families to feel like this is home, that our employees should feel that way as well. So I've got a large group of employees who've been there 15, 20, even over the full 30 years. So that's a true testament of what truly makes us unique.
Definitely.
What was your first impression of Langdale Place all those years ago? And
I was straight out of college, and you're walking in, and back then it was 1998, so, it was the burgundy and the gold fabrics and the heavy upholstery, and you walk in and it kind of looks like grandparents' house, but it felt like home too, so while our look has evolved over the years, what makes us truly a sweet little facility is the feel when you walk in.
Yeah. How would you say it has evolved since then, other than just the look?
The social media aspect of it. A lot of rules and regulations have changed over the years, but not too much. The same care and comfort that we've always been.
Okay. What is a typical day like for a resident? Do they have a typical day?
Oh my gosh, it's something different in every day, whether it's planned or not. But occasionally I'll help give tours, and I always like to use the analogy, we're like a cruise ship. We've got everything that you can need on the boat without having to leave. We've got a movie theater, a lot of recreational areas, full service beauty salon, manicures, pedicures.
Okay, this is why I want to go live
there.
What else do we have? So 3 dining rooms. So a typical day, I think everybody's favorite day is Thursday. There's exercise in the morning, cornhole at 11, and bingo at 2 o'clock in the afternoon. So, and then in between there, you've got the routine things that we do, like our daily housekeeping, laundry. So it's a busy place, and like I said, we are a very active community.
Sounds like
that.
it.
Can I come get my hair done?
I know. I was like, my whole day's planned for me. I got exercise, cornhole, bingo. I don't have to think about anything.
So the question is not how I got here; it's really how could I ever leave?
Yeah,
Absolutely.
Are you going to retire?
It's the perfect.
Yeah,
well,
you just never leave and go straight into retirement where
Yeah.
you're a resident.
Yeah.
It's funny. What kind of feedback do you hear most often from residents and families? I'm sure. all
We're
great
not
things.
a medical facility, so we don't have the things that you hear over here like HCAPs. But I think our biggest feedback are the thank yous. Every day before I leave, I've got a text or somebody stops by my office, a family member, just saying thank you for everything y'all do. One thing that we're seeing recently is our second generation of family members coming. So we've got 4 men living with us right now whose mothers started years ago. So that to me is a true testimony of we're doing something right. Is when we took care of mom, and now people are coming in
Yeah,
to have us take care of them too. So
definitely.
I think that's the best. That's truly the best feedback that we can get.
Are there any, I'm sure there's been so many over the time you've been there, but stories of residents and their families that stick out? Is there any one in particular?
It's hard. Every day is something beautiful or something comedic. It's hard to pinpoint one thing, but I think most recently with our weather events and the hurricanes and the snowstorm, that truly sticks out, not just as our small little senior living community, but our affiliation with the hospital and in the community. I think the way our employees, walk through the snow or walk through down trees and power lines, I think that's a beautiful story, and stories within itself of what Langdale Place encompasses.
Definitely. With our, so our office is in charge of our health system annual report that we do every year, and we always have a Langdale Place story. And I can't remember all the details of this one, but I do always look forward to reading the Langdale Place stories.
I think one year we had a lady that was making the caps, the little baby hats for the nursery, and
Yes.
they love being involved.
Yeah, definitely.
How would you say that you foster that connection between the residents and the staff that works there? I'm sure that they have a very special relationship.
Yes, we do. And families ask me all the time, how do y'all do this? How do you make it happen? And I wish I had, something, a formula, a scientific, something to share, but it's really just that we care and we become a part of their lives. And it's the simple things like sitting with them on the porch, walking through at lunch times and visiting each table. We have a group of ladies who love gardening. They've left their homes and they've left their gardens, their flowers. So, and that's one of the things I enjoy also. So we'll load up and we'll go to Seasons at Miller Hardware or Lowe's and restock our planters. So just finding ways to find common ground, things like that.
Yeah, I would have to imagine. I'm trying to put myself there because I also do gardening and the stuff you do around your house. I think that would be hard to let go of whenever you do transition, and it's a good transition, but letting go of doing those things but it's good that you guys still find a way to allow them to do that activity for sure. Are there any misconceptions about senior living that maybe you hear often when you're doing tours or things?
Yes, I think locally, senior living is expensive. We do have a lot of misconceptions about that. I think Langdale Place, having the Langdale name, they think that we're more expensive than everybody else. But we have a price point and a level of care for everybody. I think another misconception is, that mom's going to lose her independence when she moves in, whereas they actually gain more freedom being in a safer environment. So those are probably the top two that stick out.
Are there any events or activities that you are especially excited about or that the residents really get excited about?
A few weeks ago, EMS came over to check out a resident who had fallen, and they saw the new the ambulances. So that later in the month, we've got a Seniors and Sirens, or Sirens and Seniors event that EMS is coming over. We're going to do a little show and tell
With the
type
ambulance.
thing. So
I love that.
they were asking one of the first responders, and we didn't realize like the inside of the ambulances were, upgraded too. So, we don't want them to see it on the ride over.
Yeah.
So we invited them to come over and do that.
You should tell Todd or Emily to bring their dogs. Get Doodle or
Yeah, they have their
Barkley
therapy dogs
out there.
Oh, okay.
I think the residents would love that.
Yeah.
Well, we have to get some pictures of that. I want to go right along with the Seniors and Sirens.
It's the last Friday of July. They're coming over. I think at 3.
Put that on our calendar. I think we need to take trips to Langdale Place more often.
Oh, yeah. I mean, go watch a movie in the afternoon or play some bingo. It sounds great.
Cornhole is the new bingo.
Yeah.
I think it's probably about 2 years ago we started a resident versus staff cornhole.
Okay.
And y'all,
It's competitive.
expect it is competitive. They practice twice a week and we don't, so they've beat us twice now. But we have a good time.
Okay, but have they gotten into pickleball? Is that allowed?
No. we haven't started pickleball. We did do indoor volleyball, chair volleyball, probably about 5 years ago. And it's if you're competitive and you're instinctive to get up, we had people falling out of their chairs.
Oh, no.
So we have not gone the pickleball route.
Might be a little too
much. Too much.
chair pickleball. They might need like an office chair
Yeah, it's got
for
to roll.
the pickleball.
That's pretty funny. We might just need to stick to safer, like yoga or something.
Yes.
Yeah, what kind of activities, like as far as exercise and stuff like that, do they have
Twice
anything
a week,
like that?
we have an exercise room. I think we've got 4 treadmills, the bikes. But Robin, our activities coordinator, she does chair aerobics twice a week in the morning. And we've got the walking trails, so you'll always see they'll get in their little groups and walk in the mornings. We've got a little trail down the hallways that we do inside too, because the last couple of weeks it's been hot.
I would imagine that's a good aspect of the senior living because they're not isolated in their homes. They have community and, they're keeping their bodies active and their minds active. So I would think that would extend someone's life.
One of the things is you never realize how important your lunch table is. Like when you start kindergarten, it's who you're sitting with all the way up to assisted living. So they really get, form new relationships. We've had 2 friends that were friends in elementary school, married friends, had their friends together, and now they're living at Langdale Place.
That's what I want. I want to do that. My best friend moved away, though. She's in Pennsylvania, so I don't think she'll be coming to Langdale Place with me.
I don't know. You might could convince her to come back.
We always said, if your husband, passes away, then you just got your best friend and you just go move in together. That's a little morbid. Sorry. Do you have any future plans for Langdale Place? Any exciting things that you guys are working on?
We have a wish list. Like our memory care unit, it's hard, when you're in Publix or you're in church, and our waiting list for our memory care unit is extensive, and we stay fully occupied. So my wish list would be for growth to double our memory care units one day.
Definitely.
If somebody was considering Langdale Place for their loved one, what would you want them to know? I feel like it's one of those things where you don't really know that much about it until you're going through it and you're experiencing it with a loved one, a parent, a grandparent. But what would you say to somebody who's not familiar, who's maybe considering that?
I think everybody's first choice is always going to be home, you know? And when it gets time, a lot of people wait until there's an emergency to start looking and to start having, but you really need to ask those questions, you know, start having the conversations with your family. And I think at Langdale Place there's something for everybody. And you can really, like we were talking about the cruise ship, you can make it as little or as much as you want. So.
After how many years? 28 years? Is that how many years
Almost
you said?
28.
What keeps you passionate about this work every day?
I think it's the same answer as before. Like, it's really our people. Like, one of our little ladies, Miss Betty, she emails me every morning, or just about every morning, and she had a pacemaker yesterday. So I'm thinking, I need to get to work and make sure Miss Betty got back to Langdale Place. Okay, you know, it's just those relationships that they're sweet and that keep me, and pretty much all of our employees are passionate about it.
What would you say is your favorite part of the work? Is it the residents?
You know, I started out, HR was my thing, and when Jan, before she retired, I handled, you know, like the business side of things in HR. So when we converted, I kept most of my role, but I wasn't that much involved with the residents. So having more interaction with them, it's a blessing. Like, you get loved on, hugs and kisses, you know.
It's like you have a whole bunch of grandparents.
Yes, you never go home in the evenings. Like, there's some rough days, but you know, you never go home not feeling like you made a difference, and that's what keeps me going.
I bet. I think we mentioned at the beginning that Langdale Place is an affiliate of SGMC Health. I don't think we really touched on what that means. Could you explain a little bit about what that means?
Yes, we are South Georgia Health Alliance, us, and I call them our sister company, Hospice of South Georgia and Langdale Hospice House. So we have a lot of interaction with hospice. They kind of serve as our continuum of care, like when the residents get to that point. Being an affiliate has so many advantages, especially during the weather events, and having access to infection control and their support when we need them. I can't say enough good things about the environmental services over here. You know, during the snowstorm, who thought that I would ever need a snowplow? You know, and you know,
in South Georgia,
if we didn't have that affiliation, you know, what would we have done? So it's been a great asset to be a part of the health system.
Is there? Do you have any final thoughts about that? You know, those who might be thinking about senior care for the first time.
Just like we said earlier, you know, home is always where you want to be, but when the time comes, we love to talk to you and help you work through. I mean, we had some friends call last week who, you know, weren't in our area or in our market, and just being able to help them walk through the stages of how things happen. So anyway, we'd love to walk you through it and see if Langdale Place is a good match.
How would someone get in touch with y'all to set up like a tour or get more information?
Just our main phone line, the 229-247-4300. We've got our own website. Social media is all of our contact information's on there. Chloe Adams is our admissions and marketing manager. So between she and I, we keep the tours rolling.
Yeah, I would definitely recommend, if you're thinking about Langdale Place, to follow them on social media, because that Facebook page and the photos of the residents and their outings and their activities, I mean, that's a really good insight to what they get to do there every day, and it makes it look like so much fun.
It is.
And I think Chloe is a big part of that, so she does a really great job with that.
Thank you.
Yeah. So thank you so much for being on today and being
having
with
me.
us. We just have been wanting to share about Langdale Place for a while
I
now.
appreciate it.
We have one final question, though.
Okay.
What is your favorite meal to eat when you're here at the hospital, whether that's in the cafeteria or the allspice?
Oh, goodness. For the longest time, all three of our daughters were born here. So
Yeah.
for the longest time, it was just those meals. But a few weeks ago, or about a month ago, I had lunch with Mr. Dean when he had the key performer luncheons, and the fried chicken was good. But I feel like my dietary team may be upset. So my favorite meal at Langdale Place, every other Wednesday, we have Smoky Mountain Chicken, which is a grilled chicken breast with bacon and barbecue and cheese. And
See, we don't have that.
That sounds great.
That does sound good. This is just further making me think we need to go to Langdale Place.
I know. We might have to go take a tour.
lunch, I'll have y'all for lunch. Y'all do help assist us with our billboards, so that calls for lunch. That calls for lunch.
We'll take you up on that. Do you
Yes.
guys have cinnamon rolls?
We have anything that makes your heart happy.
Yeah, I love that.
Yes.
Well,
We cater too, so.
okay.
I'm sold.
We're moving in. Well, thank you so much for being
Thank
here
you.
today.
Thank you.
Thank you to all of our listeners for tuning in and subscribing to the podcast. So until next time.